Hi, everyone. This is Jackie Cooper with J. Cooper Travels, and I want to welcome everyone to this episode. I have a really special guest on today, especially because of the importance of what he's doing for the community and for those that he's serving. And I'll get into it in just a little bit. For those of you that are new to J. Cooper Travels, definitely like and subscribe both on the audio side as well as on my podcast side, so you can keep up with all the different episodes that are going to be posted this year and in coming times. But I got started a few years ago, and I am really, happy that I've been able to do this because I've met such wonderful people, and my network is expanding. And what I have found is that the stories that I've been hearing just need to be shared. And that's part of what J. Cooper Travels is about. It's not just about where we go physically in the world. It's also how do we travel personally and, with our relationships, and also with ourselves. So my background, I'm a lawyer, but I'm also an educator and I'm also a single mom. And my career path has kind of gone which direction, but it's been a lot of fun. And that's my primary focus, is to follow my heart, follow my passions. And today we have a gentleman who is doing the same. My guest actually is helping a lot of people, and I'm hoping that everyone who's listening, will share this with others, so those in the industry that we're going to be talking about can learn more about the service that he is going to be helping and doing with them. So Don, welcome. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself? Go ahead and share also your contact information. And for those that are listening, if you don't have paper and pen, don't worry. We're going to be mentioning his website and how to reach out to him more than once during this episode. And then it will also be in the blog below. So that way you can come back to this episode and definitely make the connection. So Don, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, thank you. And thank you for having me on your
Yeah, of
podcast.
course. Yeah.
Um, retired Navy. I grew up in New England, went to a vocational high school. And so all my family went to the same vocational school, all my friends. So I have a connection to the trades, the craftsmen. And so now I have a business, SD SMB Marketing. And in that business, I help the craftsmen, the tradesmen, establish a digital footprint on the internet so that they can compete with the franchises that are trying to they're everywhere now. So same thing that happened with the mom and pop shops with Walmart, same similar things are starting to happen now with your plumbers, electricians, and roofers, and everybody else in between. So my connection from my past is to help those guys and gals that own a truck, own a van, and are going around and providing a service. And with that, I help them establish that digital footprint by getting their GMB or the Google business profile. Now they just changed the name, getting that claim for the business, and then getting them a website, a proper website, not something that is, I won't mention names, but there's the AOLs of website creators out there that just don't do justice to the people, and they're paying money for something that really doesn't work well. So I sit down and create a roadmap for the company and walk them through is get your GMB established, get a web page built, get the backlinks and connections citations for it, and then we'll start moving forward. And then we'll start talking once you get that digital footprint established, then you can go out and start spending money on ads. Because if you do it in the reverse order, you're throwing money away.
Yeah, yeah. So let's go back for a quick second. The trades and the individuals that you are helping and working with, um, electricians, plumbers, what categories of companies are you looking to help?
Anybody that does, so roofers, electricians, plumbers, carpenters, pest control, landscapers, garage door repair, um, grill cleaning, whatever that, you know, if you own a truck and you're driving around busting your hump, trying you're providing a service that everybody needs. You don't have time to that I post to Facebook today, that I get my tweet out today, that I update my business profile with a picture. You do what you do, what your skill is. You have an amazing skill set, and let somebody else take care of the other, call it noise, that's surrounded with your business that needs to be done, but you don't need to be the next expert in it. People have their books done, they have their taxes done by somebody else because they're not that familiar with it. This is the same thing, and it often gets ignored, or they have their cousin or their nephew or somebody do it and they kind of half do it. And so they they have a Facebook page that their last post was 3 years ago for, Happy Mother's Day. And so people go to that. So the other thing, people do their searches on mobile.
Yeah.
And if you don't pop up on mobile, and then so if you do pop up, they're gonna go look, see, all right, let's go see their Facebook page. Okay, their last post was Mother's Day 2018. Are they still in business? Probably not. So let's go to this other guy. His last post was a month ago. But this other guy, oh, his post is yesterday. Okay, he's in business because he's posting, he's out at the job site, and they're all doing whatever. So I know that guy's in business because he's active.
No, it makes a lot of sense. I mean, when you are involved with your trade, your passion, when you come home, you're not going to be thinking about the marketing. And when you leave early in the morning, you're thinking about the supplies and your staff. So you do need customers, and you realize that, especially if it, kind of ebbs and flows. But you're right, you need to have a consistent presence, and it just like you said, you hire an accountant to do your taxes or a bookkeeper to do the payroll. So it makes sense to hire someone to do the web, the marketing, and the support, especially someone like yourself who understands the needs of these individuals. So why did you gravitate towards this niche in this area? Because again, you have a lot of talent. You could have gone anywhere. Why did you focus on this?
I feel that this particular niche, one, they get hammered by the larger marketing agencies, and they're trying to sell them a $10,000 website.
Yeah.
They don't need that. They don't need a 10,000 word blog article that's going to cost them $500 a month. So I feel that they're underserved and they're over marketed. And so that's my struggle with making contact. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm a marketer. Oh, okay, no thanks. Well, okay, hold on, hear me out. I'm not trying to sell you anything. Let's sit down and we'll map out what you have currently and see if you're happy with that. Because a lot of these guys and gals, or their business is all word of mouth.
Yeah.
And so when they're good, it's good. It's feast or famine.
Yeah.
And so, and word of mouth, yeah, I'm getting referrals. Okay, but you're working 3 days a week, maybe four. If you had another call coming in where you would go out and you're doing a bid on those down times, then you're getting, setting up business for next week. So you're not scrambling looking for things. And if, you haven't had a job in a while, that word of mouth is going to start to dry up. So again, because people are looking online, it's good if you're in a neighborhood, but if you're out in a rural area, and not everybody in that neighborhood is going to need a roof.
and they won't need it every year. So, but
Right.
you bring up a really good point. Where are your clients coming from? Are you able, because we are now so Zoom oriented and we can do things online in so many ways. Are you able to, you're in California, but are you able to help others in other states?
Yes, I have a client in Texas,
So,
in the Dallas area.
yeah, so for those that are listening, remember that just because you might be in one neighborhood doesn't mean that someone else who has the talent has to live in that neighborhood. So definitely reach out and connect. Why don't you go ahead and mention again your website, so that way people can write it down if they have paper and pen.
So it's sdsmbmarketing.com. And it it's the initials for San Diego Small Business Marketing. And that's um, again, that's the niche, the market that I'm driving for. I don't want to go, if you have 100 guys on your crew, I'm probably not the best person in the world for that. If you have a crew of five or you have two trucks of 3 or 4 people, then yes, the focus I'm going to give you and alleviate that pain of, okay, I got to meet payroll next week. What am I going to do? I need another job. I need the phone to ring. My phone's not ringing. I can help you with that.
Yeah, for sure. And again, having access to that sized firm, that also means that, or that trade business, they have a specialty type of budget. Like you said, they are in the process of growing, but they have to be probably more efficient with their dollars, because they have to anticipate what that future growth might be. So yeah, definitely what you're doing can be supportive. I know that during the Jay Cooper Travel Show, I always do one tip, one place. What's a takeaway tip that you might share with our listeners?
If you're not online, then how are you going to be found?
Good point. Good point. Yeah. And I would add on to that, even if you are online, do you know if you're doing everything that you can, which is why, again, someone like yourself can help, advise them on how to get the traction and the number of people seeing and hearing, and like you said, picking up the phone to call you. That's critical. What's the place that you'd like to share about?
Um, Today in San Diego, the San Diego area, it is 84 degrees.
Just wonderful.
And so we have excellent beaches here and the boardwalk, and there's a bike path that runs, I think it's from downtown almost down to the border. So it's over 20 minutes or 20 miles of a path that's right on the beach that you
That's
can walk
lovely.
and bike. So again, it's 84 degrees here, and I'm from Massachusetts, so I know what cold is. And I know the rest of the country is fixing to have a storm. It's
Yeah.
going to dump some snow, a significant amount of snowfall up in the north, but I don't have any snowfall in my weather forecast.
Just sunshine and warm weather, just beautiful, just
Yep.
beautiful. So I definitely want to mention something, for everyone who's been listening to me over the past year or so. I share different things that I do, and one of the things that I do that I think would tie in really well with what Don has been mentioning is, with regard to my law background, I'm only licensed in DC. And I do a variety of consulting. And in the area of consulting, I realized that I really needed to become associated with another company that um, could provide affordable legal support. And that was one of the things that I realized when I first started in law that kind of bothered me. The idea of charging hourly rates. Now, I know with different trades, sometimes you do have to charge hourly rates, but I really wanted to just focus on the project, and help the person. So I recently became associated with prepaid legal services, also known as Legal Shield. And it's really affordable. I mean, it can start at as low as just $30 a month. If you're a small business, it might be a little bit more, but and if you're a commercial truck driver, we have a special plan that is just dedicated to you to help you in every which way. And I'm not going to go into a lot of details about that right now, since the focus is about Don and his what he's doing. But I do want to mention that just like having a marketing person in your team that is quality, it's really important to make sure that you have fast, easy access to an affordable lawyer. So I will also include my Legal Shield website down below, because again, most of the law firms that are associated with Legal Shield have over 20 years of experience, and Legal Shield itself is coming into 50 years this year. So they're having an anniversary. And definitely reach out to me. I can talk to you more about the commercial driver plan, small business, and that can also give you peace of mind, because almost everything these days involves a contract. Even a simple terms of agreement, conditions online, it's standard, but a lot of times when you click that accept button, that's a legal contract. And so sometimes you just need to kind of think about, what are you clicking yes to if you haven't read it. So let's head back over to you, Don. I want to revisit the various services and supports that you're doing, and to ask if there are any last minute thoughts that you have to share with our listeners, because I think what you your niche and your focus is really important. Small businesses, there's only so much time in the day, and so you really do have to strategically think, how do you keep the doors open? How do you find your customers? How do you, what do you do to make your time worthwhile? So what other things would you like to share with everyone who's listening?
This is what you just said right there. The craftsmen, the tradespersons, you have a specific skill, and you're an artist and a craftsperson in what you're doing. When you get done working for the day, you want to go home and sit down, relax, offload, be with your family if you have one, and just kick back and relax and get ready for tomorrow. What I do is I take care of all that behind the scenes stuff to make sure that people that are, again, somebody else going home at the end of the day is looking, they got a leaky roof, they need their roof repaired. What they're going to do is, while they're sitting down watching the game, they're going to get on their phone, they're going to look for a roof repair. And I want you to be that guy or gal that they find by having your GMB claimed, having reviews on your GMB, having a website that they can go to, having a methodology on that website that they can either book an appointment or contact you by just clicking a button. And so that you don't have to rely on word of mouth. And I'm sure you have enough work like that, but sooner or later that work ebbs and flows. And that's not a position to be in, worrying about payroll because you're in a down spot in your referral cycle by word of mouth. So you want try to increase that so that you have steady work, so that you can schedule it out, so that you can work your schedules with your crews or just yourself. And so you don't have to go chase a job at the other end of the county. You can work in the town next door because you have that one. So, and it's just that peace of mind that you don't have to worry about what's going to happen the day after tomorrow.
I agree with you. Go ahead and mention your website again and how people can reach out to you.
So it's sdsmbmarketing.com, and you can reach out to me on the website, or you can reach out to Dawn at sdsmbmarketing.com. That's my email address. And we can sit down, schedule a call, see what you have, see what your baseline is, and look at your competitors and see what their baseline is, and we'll figure out a roadmap to get you from where you are today to at least one ahead of where your competitor there is. And again, it's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen.
Sounds great. I really appreciate your being on. Everyone who's listening, definitely like and subscribe, and definitely, if you know someone who's in the trades, please just refer them over to Don, let them know about our talk show. So that way, if they have a question, if they have a need, they can check out exactly what he offers. So thank you so much, Don, for being on, and I will talk to you soon. And everyone, remember, be kind to each other. We are all one world and we're all interconnected. Have a great day.